Hello and welcome to the video. What I'm going to show you in this video is how to assemble manifolds, which are typically used in Italian domestic heating systems. As part of our renovation work, we have to replace a whole load of heating system plumbing components, including the manifolds. And what I would like to show you is a completed manifold, which has a valve there, and we have two manifold sections with 8 outlet ports. These are the parts we're going to be using. There we have 2 manifolds, which are 3/4 inch manifolds. We have an adapter ring for the pressure relief valve, which is a 3/4 to 1/2 inch adapter with a rubber ring, a sealing ring. And this here is the pressure relief valve, and this is a 10 bar relief valve. We're going to be using some PTFE, we're going to be using plumber's putty, and we are going to be using some hemp. We'll start by connecting the 2 manifolds. These connectors do not have any sealing at all, so they will need to be sealed using hemp and plumber's putty. And if we screw those together, the fit is actually quite good, but there is still a bit of play in there, so that will leak, so it does need to be sealed. So we start by, what we're going to do is we're going to put hemp and plumber's putty on this, but we need to start by keying the threads. And the reason why we do this is to prevent the hemp from slipping when we screw up the joints. So we just do this, and then we can, so you see that we've actually scored the thread on there, and that will help key the hemp. So we're going to apply a little bit of hemp to the joint. We don't actually need that much to seal this joint, because the tolerances on these joints are actually quite good, but we do need some hemp and the plumber's putty. So tease out a bit of the hemp, tease it into threads, something like that, and once we've done that, then we apply a bit of the plumber's putty just on the end of the finger, and spread that into the threads, and then that will help the hemp adhere to the inside of the threads. A little more. Now we'll wind on the hemp onto the thread. Now what's important is how you wind this on and the direction in which you wind the thread on, the hemp on. So just put a little bit on there like that, and you wind it into the threads, over the top first and into the threads. If you wind it the other direction, when you come to screw up the joint, the hemp will slide, and the action of joining the 2 parts will actually cause the hemp to lift, and you won't get a seal. So we put the hemp on there like that, and put a little more of the plumber's putty on there just to help it all stick together, and put it on in the direction in which you've put the hemp onto the joint, onto the threads. And this underneath, we can just tidy that up a little bit. Okay, so that's what it should look like, something like that. Then what we do is we can now put our 2 parts together. So that will screw up, and we now need to get We now need to use a couple of spanners to do this. So we want to get that joint as tight as we can. Takes a bit of work, and then what we can do, the hemp and putty are actually quite, they will seal in all sorts of different positions, so it does allow you to align the outlet ports of the manifold. So let's put the spanner on there, and we'll try and align these now. And that's it. There's a couple of loose bits there, so those can just be pulled off, and you can smooth that around any excess putty that appears. You can just smooth that around there. So that's more or less it. And the next thing to do now is we got to line that a little better. Let's just do that. So those are nicely aligned. About to back it off back it off and then tighten it up again. There. So that's that. They're nicely aligned, and those threads can be stuck down to the putty on there. It's an idea to clean that with a rag or something. So the next thing is to put the valve adapter on there, on the end here. So what we'll do is we'll put a bit of PTFE tape on there, and so it will go onto this side with the rubber seal. So we put the PTFE tape, again just go around 4 or 5 times. That's about 4 or 5 times. Tidy that up, and that screws into the top there. Let's put a spanner on there. We'll tighten that down. Right, so that's tight. And then the valve, we put that in with a bit of PTF tape again. So again, a bit of PTFE tape on there, wind it on in the direction of the threads, 4 or 5 times round. And then pull that off, tidy it up a bit. Just put a little bit more on. There's a bit of thread there which is not got PTFE tape on. Right, so what we do now is we screw that into the end and tighten that up. It just needs to be hand tight. Don't overdo that. And that is the manifold built and ready for installation in the heating system. Well, I hope you found this video informative and helpful, and if you like what we do on our channel, please press the like button and consider subscribing. Subscribing and pressing the like button does help the algorithm and help others to find us on YouTube. So thanks very much, and bye for now. Ciao.